What's up everyone, 199X right here. Coming to you from a beautiful 60, 62 degree weather day here in Oklahoma. This video is going to be a response to krytens video of how you got into motorcycles and motorcycle riding and whatnot. What got me into motorcycles initially was like an old cartoon. I can't remember the name of it or anything, but it was just this old cartoon, and then some superhero, and he had like this awesome souped up like crotch rocket, and it was like, yeah, all like, you know, awesome and like saving the day on his motorcycle and whatnot. So I was like, oh, well, that's a really cool bike and blah blah blah. And then well, at that point the idea of a motorcycle was planted in my head, and then over the years, and you know, I'd see bikes on the road and always be like, oh, it's so awesome, you know, blah blah blah. And then one time a relative of mine gave me a ride on his Gixxer 1000, and that was it. Once I got a ride on the Gixxer 1000, that was the day I decided I was getting a sports bike. And this wasn't actually my first bike. The CBR wasn't my first bike. I had a little hybrid 250. There it is, hybrid 250. Nothing special, pretty dirty. But that's what got 199X started on motorcycles right there. Here's the new, oh yeah. No one really rides this. I'm not even positive it runs anymore. Little China bike 250. We paid $1,100 for brand new. Rode that around, and in Oklahoma, I don't know if other states have this as well, but in Oklahoma you only have to be 14 to get your motorcycle license. And so I turned 14 and I started, you know, getting prepared and like talking my parents into it and all that good stuff. I convinced my dad, because I guess my dad had his motorcycle license when he was young. So he was like, I don't have a problem with it, you know, I got around just fine when I was your age on my motorcycle. But my mom, of course, wasn't for it. So I pretty much, she was never for it, but I pretty much just did it anyway and kind of ignored her. And then she got used to it, like me being able to drive around and like do errands for her. That was one of the big things I told her, was like, I'll do some errands for you every once in a while, you know, if you let me get the bike or whatever. And I did. And then had the 250 for about a year and a half, because I was like 14 and a half when I actually got the bike, and then I had to go through a bunch of processes and steps to actually getting my temporary license for being 14. And then so I drove that around, and then when I was 15 and a half, started saving up for a CBR. I saw a couple of walk-around videos of people's CBRs, and I was actually looking at the 2003s initially, 2003 CBR, but then I found this 98 for way cheaper than what the 03s are going for. So I saw this bike online. I bought it with my saved up money when about a month after I turned 16, And then I also had my car license at that time. And so I had a license. I had my license for both vehicles. I had my car license, my motorcycle endorsement, and had a 600, and I was good to go. And that's how I got into motorcycles and motorcycle riding. And so I've been riding now for a total of, let's see, 2.5 years. 2.5 years total of riding. That's including the 250 and stuff. But I mean, I was always on four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff at my grandparents'. Yeah, that was a nice curve. Yeah. That's a nice bike right there. Yeah, but that's how 199 X-Ray got into motorcycles / motorcycle riding. I guess it was just kind of in my blood. Always wanted a sports bike, so I got one. And that's the story in a very large nutshell. So I'll talk to you guys later.